How to use VoiceQ preferences. This video will help you navigate through VoiceQ's project preferences and help you to better understand how each function operates. Options under the Text tab. Under the Text tab, you'll find two areas of interest. The first area of interest you'll find is for digital rhythmoband. These options affect how you see your scripts streamed along the lower region of the video window. You can activate and deactivate the band by selecting the checkbox shown. In the left section of these options, you have the ability to change the font. And font color to suit your project. You can change the scroll direction of your text from left to right or right to left. You can adjust the height of each character's lines using the altitude option. In the right section, you can adjust the scroll speed, the trigger position, the trigger width, and the trigger color. You can change the visibility of the bar transparency and the size of the rhythmoband bar. The second area of interest are the preview text options. You can turn on preview text via the drop-down menu shown. Using these menus, you can choose whether or not you want comments only, lines only, or to show both. Select the checkbox to activate or deactivate subtitle mode. You can use the slider to adjust the pre-roll time. You can use the sliders on the left to change the width and transparency. On the right, use the tabs to adjust the horizontal position and altitude. Both the minimum and maximum size of your chosen font. Use the checkbox to enable or disable the character name. And use the buttons on the right to select a custom background color for the preview text box. Options under the Q tab. Under the Q tab, you'll find two areas of interest: the beep options and the streamers options. This window provides the ability to select and configure cues for use in the recording process that include audible beeps, visual countdown, and count up. Using the drop-down menu, you can select from three options: off, current line, and all lines. Once you select the one you want, you can then adjust the volume of the beep using the slider shown. You may also adjust the frequency, the duration, and timing of when you want the beeps to begin. You may also select whether you want a visual count up, countdown, or no visual countdown at all. Next up are the streamers options. Using the drop-down menu, you can select from four options. Select off for no streamers, current line for the selected line only, all lines which activates visual streamers for every line, or MIDI which activates streamer triggers when integrated with Pro Tools. Next, you can change the altitude, the width and height, the timing, and the color of the streamers. And set the MIDI code set for Pro Tools streamer integration. Options under the Mask tab. The Mask feature allows you to cover up irrelevant text and images embedded in the movie so as not to distract actors, directors, and engineers during the recording process. You can use the sliders shown to adjust the size and transparency for both the upper and lower picture masks. The screen mask feature, used by actors in Germany, is another type of cue or prompt for an actor to start performing their lines. The mask covers the video playback with the user's chosen color and the script text as shown in the video window. Use the drop-down to turn the feature on and off, and also to select either the chosen line only or all lines. You can also use the sliders on the right to change the transparency of the mask and the duration of which the mask is visible. Options under the Information tab. The Information window allows you to display additional information on screen to assist in the synchronization, recording, and mixing processes. First options are for the waveform display. You can adjust the altitude, size, and transparency of the waveform via the sliders shown. You can also change the color of the waveform and view the changes in the video window display. The second option shown is for the timecode display. You can adjust the position of the timecode via the drop-down menu shown. Via the sliders, you can adjust the altitude, horizontal position, the size, and transparency via the sliders shown. You can then change the color of the timecode and the border color of the text. You can also change the font via the option selected. The last option is for the ruler display. This option displays a scrolling ruler in feet and half feet as a percentage of the output window. You can set the altitude, size, and transparency via the sliders shown. Options under the Editor tab. The Editor window allows you to set the width and height of the translation drawer and configure the behavior of the timeline window and playhead. Use the sliders to adjust the size of the pop-up editor window shown. You can then adjust the playhead to follow and scroll via the drop-down shown.